What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lantern, bringing you guys our Week 6 team builder for Red or the Regional Elite Draft League. This week we are taking on Shiny Spam and the Flint Tropius, who are 3-2 plus 3. It's not a bad record. I don't actually... Okay, so I was thinking about this in my head, and I was like, if he beats me, is there a way that he overtakes me in the standings? So if he beats me, we would both be 4-2. If he 6-0'd me, he would be +9, and I'd be... Yeah, so if he 6-0's me or 5-0's me, then he's ahead of me in the standings. I mean, it really doesn't matter anyways, because we're still, relatively fresh into the season, but I've got a really tough couple weeks. Actually, do I have a really tough week 8, too? Yeah, I do, actually. And week 9, and week 10. So, we're heading into the... Actually, yeah, I've got a pretty difficult... bunch of weeks coming up here, so... unfortunately, I don't have a lot of good answers to Shiny Spam's team, and we'll sort of talk about his team now. He has Garchomp, which is his Z user, Mew, Rotom Wash, Crobat, Decidueye, Alolan Persian, which is his other Z user, Lycanroc Midnight, Simisear, Munchlax, and Mega Mawile. He has priority options in Mew with Vacuum Wave, Decidueye with Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch, Alolan Persian with Sucker Punch and Fake Out, Lycanroc Midnight with Sucker Punch, and Mega Mawile with Sucker Punch. Hazard setting in Garchomp with Stealth Rock, Mew with Stealth Rock, Lycanroc Midnight with Stealth Rock, and Mega Mawile with Stealth Rock. Removal options in Mew with Defog, Rotom Wash with Defog, Crobat with Defog, Decidueye with Defog. Sorry. And 4 times weakness in Garchomp to Ice. I'm not expecting Decidueye, Lycanroc Midnight, or Simisear. I think 6 of the other 7 are going to come against me. Although I could definitely see things, something like Lycanroc Midnight over Alolan Persian. I'm not sure if he's going to want to bring Alolan Persian against me. It could make a lot of sense. If he's going to bring it, he's definitely running HP Fighting. If he's going to run a Parting Shot set, then I don't know what he's doing because I have Bisharp, and Bisharp switches in on Parting Shot every single time, and basically claims a KO after that with a Sucker Punch on something. Yeah, Decidueye just overall doesn't look great against my team. It can beat 2 of my walls, but Miltank hard walls it. So there's that. Yeah, honestly, like, Decidueye just doesn't hit hard enough to be able to beat my team. I could actually... No, you know what? I could see Decidueye coming, for sure. It's okay. I mean, it can handle Mega Alakazam with its priority options relatively well. It beats Donphan 1v1. It beats Alola Momola 1v1. By the way, we haven't brought Alola Momola to any games this season. I have not been feeling Alola Momola, and I'm probably going to look into working around with a way to figure out what I can do better free agent-wise and sort of drop Alola Momola for something else. Because I really just don't see it coming to many matches. Like, it's week 6 already and it hasn't come to any, and it's supposed to be my main physical wall, and it's just really failed. Like, Alola Momola is such a cookie cutter thing, it just doesn't work in Red. Honestly, that's kind of all there is to it. Alola Momola could work for me in any other league but Red, I think. Yeah, Simisear is just an Unmon. Like, that thing's not coming. It's so bad. Anyways, let's get started with my team then. I'm bringing a Spidef Vikavolt. This is meant to take on Rotom Wash relatively well. It can also take on Mew relatively well if he's special Mew. He does have quite a lot of physical attackers. We do switch in on Garchomp relatively well. He would have to like click a rock move to kind of do a whole lot to us. So I'm relatively confident in running Spidef here. Bug Buzz, Thunderbolt, Roost, and Hidden Power Ice. So Bug Buzz is obviously hitting the Mew, which is the main thing that I want to get rid of with that. It's also hitting the Alolan Persian, which is great. Roost for recovery and Hidden Power Ice for the Garchomp, and potentially the Crobat. Well, not really Crobat. I'm scared that Munchlax is a free switch in on this, and so I really wanted Volt Switch because Munchlax then can't eat the hit. And his only ground type is Garchomp anyways, but I decided that I needed the damage output from Thunderbolt. Otherwise, if I'm a Spidef wall in on, let's say, in on Crobat, then he can kind of just Roost stall me if I only have Bug Buzz and Hidden Power Ice. I'm not really hitting the Crobat well enough. But you know what? I'm actually going to change it because I think Volt Switch is definitely going to be more useful this game. So there you go. Next up is Samantha. We're bringing a Salazzle with Black Sludge, Corrosion, Fire Blast knockoff, Hidden Power Ice, and Taunt. And actually, I'm not going to run Black Sludge. We're going to run Flame Plate instead because I want more damage out of my Fire Blasts, and I don't know why I didn't have that on there already. Fire Blast is the main move we're clicking. Hidden Power Ice is against his main resist, which is the Garchomp there. Knockoff for anything else switching in. I could easily have run Hidden Power Grass over Knockoff. And I've got Taunt on there for things like Munchlax switching in on me. He can't curse up on me or anything like that. I thought that might be neat. I can also taunt the Alolan Persian, although I might not want to because I can always switch into a Parting Shot. And I can taunt the Mega Mawile. This is essential. Oh no, I remember why I had Black Sludge on here was for the Mega Mawile to get recovery. This is basically our best Mega Mawile switch in is the thing. And I can taunt him from setting up a sub or an SD or something like that. Taunt, I definitely need to have one non-attacking move so that he can't just Sucker Punch me. And Taunt lets me do that relatively well. Although I'm not entirely sure if he can run Sucker Punch against my team, we'll sort of see. In my opinion, I think he needs Dual Stab. And then he could definitely run Sucker Punch to kill my Galakazam really easily. And then I'm thinking either Sub or SD. Those are like his last two options. He doesn't really need the other coverage. Although he could definitely run Thunder Fang for Alomomola. I could see, or sorry, Thunder Punch. Well, Thunder Fang, Thunder Punch. I mean, Thunder Punch hits a little bit harder. We're running a lot of speed on Salazzle. I'm actually just going to leave it as Flame Plate. Again, this is another matchup where I don't think I have a great matchup. We got pretty lucky against Showen, I'm not going to lie, with the two full paras, and I think I played that match well, but in prep it just looked horrific. And I think part of the reason is the Alomomola being on the team. It's just really not cutting it. So, yeah, that's Salazzle. Again, enough speed for Alolan Persian, max special attack, a little bit of HP. Next up is Rocky Helmet Donphan, physically defensive Donphan with Earthquake, Rapid Spin, Ice Shard, and Toxic. Toxic is therefore the Rotom Wash that can switch in for free on the Earthquake. It's also there for the Decidueye, which might want to switch on me and try and trap me. I've got Rocky Helmet on here. This is a secondary answer to the Mega Mawile and my primary answer to Lycanroc Midnight. Also could be my primary answer to Crobat, just U-turning on me. Just get some nice chip on that. And I can also deal with the Garchomp, especially with Ice Shard in the back to pick it off. Earthquake Revenge kills Mega Mawile really easily, and I'm running a tiny bit of speed just to outrun Zero Speed Mega Mawile. I don't think that he would run Zero Speed Mega Mawile against my team. I think he might try and creep over some of my walls. Specifically, Alomomola, I think makes a lot of sense for him to speed creep, like a no speed Alomomola with Mega Mawile, but we'll sort of see. I mean, I could speed creep that if I wanted, but then I'm losing out on a lot of bulk, so... Again, physically defensive, fully physically defensive. Bring Bisharp, we'll bring a Lumberry Bisharp with Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Iron Head, and Swords Dance. This is like the standard Bisharp set out of OU, minus the Lumberry. I think it runs Darkinium Z now, actually. And I thought about running a Z move against his team, but really, the Lumberry is going to help against, like, he's got a lot of stuff that could, like, do weird stuff against me. Rotom Wash could burn me, Mew could burn me, and I think that's the main reason why I have Lumberry there. Because I can't get Toxic. He could T-Wave me with some stuff as well. Excuse me, mainly the Rotom Wash and the Mew. Again, I think those are the only two things. Maybe Alolan Persian gets it, I'm not sure. Sucker Punch just, I don't know, checks a lot of stuff. This is my main answer to the Mew, and I'm a little bit scared. He doesn't actually have a fighting type on his team, so I'm not running Chople Berry. And just in general, Chople Berry is so bad on Bisharp because he don't live the hit anyways. Yeah, so if I can get up an SD on something passive, then, you know, maybe I can sort of do some work with the Bisharp here. Because obviously I'm going to eat the Sucker Punch from Mega Mawile because I resist it. And +2 Iron Head, I would imagine, will deal with the Mega Mawile, or at least +2 Iron Head into my own Sucker Punch should be able to deal with it. Max speed to Speed Tie Decidueye, max attack, and I pop the last point into defense. Nitro, Choice Scarf, Buzzwole is coming again 2 weeks in a row with Drain Punch, Leech Life, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. Ice Punch is there to deal with the Garchomp, the Crobat, and the Decidueye. Crobat, I believe, would be his main switch into this every single time because he obviously offensively threatens me out with the Flying Stab, and he also can eat Dual Stab for days because he 4 times resists both with Dual Stabs. So that's what Ice Punch is there for. Earthquake, I mean, honestly, the only reason I have Earthquake on there is from the Mega Mawile. I didn't really see a better option because I don't get, like, Knockoff. I don't think I get I don't get Knockoff. Outrage might have been cool. Excuse me. Poison Jab's completely useless. Power Punch might have been alright. Thunder Punch might have been okay as well. Because Thunder Punch is just a little bit safer of a play than Ice Punch if Rotom Wash is alive. But honestly, if Rotom Wash is alive, then Drain Punch is maybe a better play. So, I don't know. I really didn't... Oh, I didn't know this thing got bounced. That's actually really cool. Good to know. Good to know. Anyways, that's Buzzwole. We're running enough speed on here for something. Decidueye. Max speed Decidueye. Max attack, a little bit of HP. Last but not least is Megalakazam coming again this week with HP Fire, Shadow Ball, Psyshock, and Recover. I have Recover on there to sort of stall out some of Mega Mawile Sucker Punch turns and play some mind games there. HP Fire is obviously going to decimate that. Shadow Ball hits things like the Mew and the Decidueye relatively well, and then Psyshock should hit everything else. HP Fire actually is still going to hit the Alolan Persian well because of Fur Coat. Excuse me, so I should be okay there. And then again, Recovery, I mean, Recovery is always nice, and then being able to stall out Sucker Punches on things is cool too. Modest with 236 speed investment lets us outspeed Crobat when we're in Mega Form, and I've got Max Special Attack Modest with a little bit of Spadef investment there. So that's going to be the team. Again, it's a tough matchup. I was thinking about this a lot, right? And I don't really have anything that can deal with Garchomp, Mew, and Mega Mawile at the same time. You'll notice that I can reasonably deal with Munchlax. I'm bringing double knockoff on the Salazzle and the Bisharp. I'm not actually running knockoff on the Donphan, but I thought about it. I think Alakazam actually gets knockoff now that I'm thinking about it as well, doesn't it? It does. So I could have had multiple knockoff users, but I didn't. So that's the main thing with Munchlax, and Munchlax really doesn't want to eat a hit from Buzzwole. I find it relatively hard to believe that he would bring Munchlax. However, I do have a relatively specially offensive team. Like things like Megalakazam, things like Vikavolt, things like Dragalge, things like Salazzle, those are all huge special threats. And while people may like underestimate things like Dragalge and Vikavolt, I think my Vikavolt sweep in week 4 sort of speaks for itself at the very least. Sort of like it picked off a Mega Gallade from full. Yeah, so that's going to be it for me, guys, and I will catch you guys for the match.